from some location somewhere in the world. Mike from around the world. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing all right tonight, Pastor Paul. How about you?
Well, I feel pretty good. I'm concerned about a lot of things, but I feel good because I guess I'm resting in the arms of the Lord. Is that
all right?
Is that good?
That's it. It's
all
a
right.
place to be.
There was an announcement that the next mega quake will be, or they're predicting the next big earthquake to hit America will be San Francisco before the year 2032. Do you want to start there?
Well, I mean, you can. That's one of the more potent problems that we face right now.
What do you think? Why would they? And we're talking to some of the top seismologists and U.S. Geological Survey. So why? What is it that they see to make them think this way?
Oh, they know the fault line, the Cocos Plate and Juan de Fuca Plate and Pacific Plate. In general, the entire Ring of Fire plate, right? That Pacific Plate is about to do something that is not so good. Let me explain. And of course, California is right on the edge of that Pacific Plate, with the, in line with the Juan de Fuca Plate. That one's going to go also. That one is starting to rattle already. But in Russia, when we had this earthquake, the Eurasian Plate,
yes,
near that earthquake, is a very delicate plate. It's been there for a long time. And ice is right there where that earthquake hit, right there where the volcanoes are.
Yes. In
that area, all that volcanic activity is starting to pick up. Right, things are waking up around there. But it's causing a horrific ice melt. And it's somewhat of an emergency. Now, that ice is a cushion, right? Without the ice, when that ice goes, you're going to have tectonic shifting that will take place.
Really?
And this is an immediate issue, right? So this of all the places on Earth, that is one of the worst places we could have one. The ice is melting due to all the magma and everything else, is raising that temperature down deep below the Earth. I mean, it's melting at a pretty solid rate. In fact, in the waters, they had filmed sea life almost exploding out of the water from deep, deep, deep down in those waters.
Is that over by Russia?
Yes. Right there where the volcano and the earthquake hit, right there, the epicenter of the earthquake.
So you're saying...
Right there, they saw sea life coming up from very deep. I mean, they were breaching the water, as though, something bad was happening down there. So, and that's normally, you have a lot of, you have cold temperatures, ice down there, especially in between the plates of the Earth, right there. Eurasian, Philippine Plate, and Pacific Plate, of course. And a piece of the North American Plate, but it's all about to give way because the ice is melting. Now, that ice right now is down at a very dangerous level. It's going to continue to melt. Magma will continue to flow. And that the entire Pacific Plate will become active. They know this. USGS, they know this. That's why they're giving that warning to the USA for the North American Plate or for California.
Because you're saying the ice melting is it will affect these plates. Because they release the plates because the ice is kind of helping hold the plates where they're at.
That's right. That ice is in between. It is jammed in between the Pacific Plate, North American plates, and the Eurasian plates, right there where that earthquake hit. If that ice melts, you're going to have an entire plate shift. Right? When that plate shifts on any side, it's going to cause earthquakes all the way around. They suspect it's going to be directly in line with the earthquake in Russia. That would be San Francisco.
Wow.
On the opposite side.
Oh,
right?
Because that's why, I mean, they're saying San Francisco is the next one. San Francisco. I mean, it's incredible. And they even predict it will happen before 2032. Do you think so?
Yeah, that's why. That's why the ice is melting, and it's going to happen way before. You know what? I put that down. The earthquakes are not finished. I suspect that we're going to have some 8.4s, some 8.6s around that ring of fire, simply because that cushion of ice is going away. And when it's gone, the plates are going to slam against each other in that area, right? Which is going to open up the pressure on the entire west coast of the USA, down by the Coast Plate and the Nazca Plate. Well, all that pressure on those plates is going to be released all of a sudden. That will not, anybody who studies fault lines, they know that's not good. Pressure is what is keeping the plates stable. We're about to lose that pressure big time. This earthquake caused those eruptions. Those eruptions has magma on the move. That magma is melting the ice in that trench.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Because when the 8.8, which was the sixth, tied for the sixth largest earthquake that we have on record. And so this volcano that had been dormant wasn't even showing any seismic activity. 600 years. Just blew. I mean, this thing just blew the very next day. How can a earthquake, did it just send a ton of magma in that direction and blow it up? I mean, how did that happen?
You know, a volcano is constantly under pressure. Whether it's dormant or not, you have lava tubes down below that volcano. If you have an earthquake, right, and say you have a wall of rock that's stopping the magma from going to the surface, which normally happens, an earthquake will then vibrate that rock, causing microfractures and fractures. The magma begins to breach. If it can find a small crack to go up through, right, it'll begin to melt the rock on its way up, making a larger and larger vent or hole, right? Then you have these big eruptions. That's what happened in that case. It was a wall of rock that was shaken. Likely, tiny bits of magma began to breach, and then you have an eruption a little later. It's not done. You have more. That whole area is full of volcanoes. I mean, full of them. And so magma, you're talking about an area with, you should look at that area just for volcanoes. You'll be shocked.
Up there by Russia?
Those volcanoes are waking up. Yeah.
Is that part of the Aleutian Islands that goes over to Alaska? I mean,
well, that right there where that is, right? You'd have to, you go, it is, Alaska's, to the west, to the east of that. But in that area itself is such a delicate area because of the ice. The temperature is important in that area. You have all these eruptions. You're going to have a severe ice melt episode take place. And then we're going to have greater tectonic shifting take place. We're going to have tectonic shifting, right? This earthquake has set us on a course in a brand new paradigm that we've never witnessed before.
Really? Now, what do you think about the timing of this earthquake, volcano, and tsunami, and continual shaking that's going on? I mean, I read all the earthquakes to everybody. With this coming, whatever this is it a comet? Mike, is it a comet? What do you think it is? Atlas?
It's be careful with this one.
Yeah,
it's difficult to say, right? But I will say this: in about 3 days, because they're going to be able to observe this all the way up until September, and we should see. And if anybody looks at it right now, they should start to see gassing, right? If it indeed is a comet, it'll start to produce gassing, a gassing
Some
effect
kind of tail
on the side facing the sun, and that causes a tail. That gassing effect, should cause a tail, but we should be able to see that in the next from this moment right now, within a 3-day period, we should see some kind of gassing. If it's a comet, it's going to have gassing, right? And so if it has gassing, it's going to be a comet. But if it has no gassing, then everybody's going to recalculate some things.
And now it's the fastest item to ever come into our solar system.
Yeah. I ran some calculations, and an object can build up speed even faster than that if it's unimpeded when it's traveling out in deep space, because stars are going to have gravitational pull, and it's going to increase the speed of these objects. The weird part is, it hasn't hit anything in a long, long time. We're talking about, that's millions of years likely. It hasn't hit anything, which is strange, right? Kind of gives us a different picture of the nature of space. But if it's coming into our solar system, and the route it's taking is looking more and more dangerous, because it may, in fact, strike a few objects on the way in. I don't know if they are discussing this, but they always seem to, when you have these objects that come in from deep space, one of the more immediate dangers is it aligned in such a way that it can actually strike other, debris objects within our solar system. If that ever takes place, the problem is not going to be that object at all. We're going to have a different set of problems. And that should be looked at. That should really be looked at. Pastor, can you imagine something coming into our solar system, hitting the asteroid belt? No, and then that debris come towards us? Can you imagine that? That's exactly what would happen. It would come towards us.
Is this thing going to go through our asteroid belt on the way in?
If we have, the way the asteroid belt is, the way they illustrate the asteroid belt is kind of weird. The asteroid belt is tall, right? It's very wide, but it's also tall. And the taller it gets, you have lesser and lesser debris at the top and the bottom. But it could hit some objects from the asteroid belt going through some of those places, because I don't believe the arc is high enough. I just don't.
Oh.
If it strikes that debris, it's going to send rocks in our direction. And here's what's dangerous about the asteroid belt. They know for a fact it is biological material in the asteroid belt on those rocks. We don't want those rocks. That's not what we want. That would, diseases and everything else could be on those rocks.
Viruses. Yeah.
And it's already a known fact that most viruses come from outside the planet, right?
Yeah.
And they come here, hitchhikers on comps and things like that. So, this is going to be a very different situation. It could very well release a lot of plagues on this planet.
Oh, no! Yeah, you're right, because we've seen, some of the plagues that's been on the earth over the centuries have been when a comet or some kind of major impact hit the earth, because they're bringing viruses from beyond our world into
when we go through we go through the tail, right? That stuff has biological material in it, and we're just not equipped to handle those things as a whole. We're not, and so we get some pretty weird diseases.
Is there more of these coming? Are you concerned about this or no?
Yeah, there is more coming. There is more coming. That's not going to be the only one. We'll entertain at least three to four more.
Mike, thank you so much for, again, being so faithful with us every Thursday night. It's incredible. So I want to thank you for being with us.
It's my honor. God bless you, brother.
The honor's mine. God bless you. Thank you.
All right.